6,000 years ago, cannabis was used not only as a medical, but also as a religious plant. And then this guy here, William O'Shaughnessy, after visiting India, brought cannabis to the West. And O'Shaughnessy, at the end of the 18th century and into the early part of the 19th century, wrote extensively about ganja, which is one of the terms that the Indians at that time used to describe cannabis, for different medical purposes. And he found no significant side effects or problems with this agent. He published widely. I believe the Queen of England at the time was using cannabis for some of her ailments. And then, of course, it was brought across the pond. And cannabis was very popular. Our forefathers used it as hemp to create clothes and paper and things like that. And then, in the early 1900s, the Harrison Act, and then later the Marijuana Tax Act, put the kibosh on cannabis. It was determined at that time that cannabis was not good for the New World, and that not only should it be avoided, but it was outlawed. And this came on the heels of alcohol prohibition. It really turns out, my understanding is that after alcohol prohibition ended, there were a lot of federal agents with no work to do. And this bloke named Anslinger decided that he was going to have all those agents go to work in the prohibition of cannabis, which of course they referred to as marijuana, and then publicized later as having the properties immortalized in reefer madness and similar propaganda.